Oh boy, okay, so set up and they're looking really good, nice and strong. I do think your ball position's a little far forward, but I think that is to compensate for the slightly outside the line swing path. But you'll see how you kind of reach for it a little bit of impact. Anyway, so takeaway, face to plane, all very good. As I said, I always think this thing's a little bit higher and more in front of you than you think it is. Okay, and then that's where it gets outside the line. So on plane, beautiful set. Obviously that left leg is working beautifully. Okay, really storing the energy, getting the club in the slot. Okay, but it's just outside the line. So see where the hands are and where the club head is. So therefore you're always going to swing slightly across the golf ball. Hence why you're liking that fade, but when it goes too much, that's when you get that really bad one. It's also a tiny bit heelish, and the club sort of doesn't react nicely. Okay, but then once you've hit it, look at that. Okay, it's the best hips and footwork we've had. The release is just beautiful, low and soft with the face, beautiful and square. Okay, so just got to get those arms online. I did send you a few draws, so you can just check out your demo video. So my boy, okay, actually I haven't decided yet, we need to talk about it. Obviously hitting a lot of good shots, so we don't want to fiddle too much. But we're doing all the things correctly, and all the stuff that we've worked on, I particularly like the posture impact, the hips opening up, the way you're releasing the club. Okay, it all looks really, really proper, right? But we're not over the top. Just a quick one, I do like the takeaway as well, much wider, much more in line, right? So as usual, I think we played our best. You said, you peak and whatever, and then you go a little bit down. You said you're going a little bit down at the moment. I think there's a lot of good stuff there. I don't want to fiddle too much, but in hindsight, our best golf, okay, when we really got close to one and we were starting to get down towards that scratch mark, okay, was whether it was 100% or not, we felt like the backswing was a bit shorter and a bit flatter. Okay, so we need to discuss that a little bit. Okay, but basically what's happening is there is a very slight bump. Okay, but basically what's happening is the arm depth is a little bit outside on the downswing. So even though we in sync and on plane, we just tend to get that club outside the golf ball. But it's not sort of a plane or a posture issue or anything like that. None of this is happening. Okay, it's just the arms are not quite deep enough. So when you come down and your arms are following your body rotation as they should, okay, the club is not in here, inside to square, it's just a little bit outside the ball. It's shallow, the club face is square, it's all beautiful, just a little bit outside the ball, and then that bad one obviously gets more outside the ball, and then you just pull across it to get the middle of the face to the golf ball. Right. The reason why the driver is so good, okay, is because you're further from the ball, you just can't do that. Okay, so your arm depth with the driver is actually perfect, right? The only one you're going to look out for the driver is your irons you're releasing sort of really, really neutral. Okay, a couple of drives, you just roll the toe. Okay, now, I mean, I like that. I think that's, optimizes the driver and optimizes your swing in general anyway. But obviously, every now and then, if we roll it a bit too early, we're going to hit a little bit left, a little bit drawy. But yeah, I mean, I think it's totally fine. If you get to a particular hole or you feel like they're going left, then you can just change your ball position and shoulder tilt to make that release, make sure it's a bit late, and then it'll always come out just a touch right. So if you do everything the same but set up there, it's always going to be slightly late on the release, so it'll always come out a little bit right. So I'd rather you do that. So we just got to figure out how to swing the arms on line on the downswing. Okay, plane, everything, sequence, all perfect, club face perfect. So how do we swing the club on line and not let the arms get a bit too wide? A bit too wide. Okay, it's not as bad as I'm showing you, but I need to explain it. Yeah. Okay. So do we just set it there because you feel like you set it there, but actually you set it there, right? So do we just set it there so it's deeper? Okay. Or do we just sort of practice it? I guess just make sure that as the left side starts to work, we don't ever let the arm's depth get a little bit outside. Okay, there's certain drills we can do just to take care of that. Okay, if you look on the Fix Your Golf channel, plank drill definitely will work because you won't be able to get the club outside the golf ball coming into the hitting area. And then the Justin Rose drill also work, where you feel like as you change direction, as the left side works, the arms are here, they never get out there. Okay. Realistically, mate, we're looking for about 2 degrees. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Right? I would keep the rest exactly as it is. Your visualization, tempo control, posture control. I mean, remember this thing here. I mean, it's all looking really, really fantastic. Finally, I reviewed about 4 videos. We finally got the hips open at impact. I mean, it's all looking fantastic, so I wouldn't fiddle with that too much. Okay, a little bit of arm depth, swinging the club a little bit out to in. Otherwise, we're looking really, really sharp.